In PSO2, you can lock onto enemies to hit specific parts and or weak spots. Locking on also affects your mobility and how some skills work, and all for the better. First off, you have two different lock-on buttons to use. The first thing you should do is go into your control settings and see what they are, and then switch them to something you're very comfortable using a lot. Both gamepad and keyboard have a similar hotkey setup too. The first one is the basic lock-on that you can toggle. The other is for switching to other lock-on points on the same enemy, or to switch target to other enemies nearby. This can also be used to lock on even if the main one isn't toggled on. I don't know if it's the same on Xbox, but when I used a controller with the PC version, I was able to swap targets much more easily with the right analog stick over what the keyboard has. You can then choose if you want to click or hold your lock-on toggle. And if everything stays the same, it's actually the first option in the settings menu. Let's now go over some examples. With melee, this obviously helps by concentrating your skills on a spot, but it also allows you to keep up with enemies much easier that move around a lot. As you can see, without a lock-on, I'm kinda just swinging blindly and hoping to land a hit with my slow, wide-sweeping attacks. And when I try to dash around an attack, I'm taking a lot of time to just readjust my character's forward-facing direction before every attack. When I choose to lock on, everything changes. I can dance around the enemy with faster sidesteps while also keeping my heading. This allows you now to focus more on positioning, blocking, and hitting weak spots. With ranged attacks, including techs, this makes a world of a difference. Just like with melee weapons, when trying to dodge around and also attack, you'll be constantly losing your soft lock on that the game gives you once you're close enough to the target and facing it. When you lock on, you then have the freedom to move further away, or get up close and personal, while not worrying about making sure if your hits will land or not. So this will also up your DPS a lot, due to you being able to move and attack more often. Moving on, many skills require additional inputs to perform in a certain way. And by using lock-on, you can skip having to try as hard to do this. For example, one of my Phantom's rifle skills can be used in 3 different ways. I can move forwards, back, or side to side and summon my little bits to attack in a similar manner. When not locked on, to do the sideways movement versions, I have to make sure I'm first facing the right direction, and then use the skill, which will lock me in place, and then very quickly hit the direction I want to go before the skill even activates. With lock on, I simply hold the direction I want to go, and then use the skill, and that's it, as being locked on will keep me facing forwards towards the enemy. I should mention now that the lock-on system isn't perfect, and you will end up messing with it a bit here and there to target specific spots you want. For the most part, if you are having any trouble swapping targets with the switch target input, simply untoggle the main lock-on and try again. This will reset it, and 99% of the time will fix it too. You also need to be the right distance away from a specific lock-on point to get it more easily, and this is something you can only really understand after doing it enough. All in all, lock-on is an amazing feature that once you get used to, will change your entire feeling for the game, as it even turns the slow-paced early game into something more interesting. And with that, take care.